Truly. What she was a desperate woman and she needed more money. And instead of sitting down with us and us having an opportunity,
$1,000 cash.
I gave her $1,000 cash. I had just had because we had a trust relationship. We made love. We made a child. So I wasn't handling it. I wasn't handling it as though it was business, but it's business. And young men don't understand that. So what I'm saying is to get that part of the business that was have a woman so desperate she says, "Well, I got to go lie to a court," and to have a young man say, "Well, I got to do anything I can."
Really know if this is my last time, but what I know is I'm feeling just fine. My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here. What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving, man. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail? I saw this before. More importantly, you saw the clip. Um, the business of child support. Um, Here's the thing. I think people get it messed up. And I'm gonna say a bunch of different things, and hopefully you get it. When you're young and you have a kid with somebody and you wind up not being together, not being married, and it becomes like a child support situation, you gotta understand that in in principle, the business deal is to come together and take care of the kid or kids. But in practice, that's not what happens. So the business is say you have a kid, right? Um, she might be on the hook for the medical bill at first. See what I'm saying? Because y'all not necessarily together, y'all not together like that, right? So that's one thing. In the beginning, if she's got primary custody and say she wants to do things with her life, so to put the baby in daycare, the bill for daycare is going to be crazy. Not to mention um, diapers, wipes, that type of stuff. So this is where a lot of the control starts and where some of the bitterness starts as far as business, because some women like to be controlling in that early phase, right? And then when the guy's like, whatever, okay, you want what you want, and it financially doesn't work out in her benefit, so then she becomes a bitter person from the kindergarten age up, when it's a little bit different. The guys, you got to take into consideration that it's a business, because you got to treat it like business, because you're going to find yourself in a situation where normally the money's not going to be spent on a kid. She might have a phone, a new phone. She might put that money towards a car, or a new car. Like, she might move to another place, depending on how much money she's getting from you, right? So she might try to bump up her lifestyle. You know, um, you might wind up giving them paying child support, and in the summertime having a kid, and she's using the child support money to go on vacation, or she's been saving for that. That money could be for getting her hair done or her nails done. And it's always going to be some silly excuse as to why, oh, if I need a car because the baby need a car, or I'm getting my hair done like this because I need some me time to do something to feel like sometimes it becomes a business, in the sense of you got to look at the expenditures, because you're going to know, okay, if I'm giving her this amount of money, I can literally tell that, you know, only a quarter of that, 25% of that money is going towards the child. So because of that in general, you wind up in these situations where there's a lot of money wasted on child support and raising a kid. Now let's get to the stuff that Killer Mike was talking about. You're not looking at it as a business. Like when you with somebody and they asking, yo, I need this, and you're providing that, some people, they have an issue. And what I mean by issue is, you could give them what they ask for, but
the issue is, oh, I don't want to have to ask you for nothing and depend on, you coming through. So I'm going to make the court do it. Or it's an issue where, I just want control and I'm going to use the court to do it. So the court is a part of a business transaction. Or, you know what I'm saying? And on the flip side, like when guys don't keep their word or do what they're supposed to do, she puts you on child support because she needs consistency. It's just like any other, like a business transaction. I need to know you're going to consistently be here. You go to McDonald's because they consistently make burgers. You get my point? Now, the interesting thing about some of this is this, because you got to add things. So like some ladies want to play this game where, oh, he pays this amount in child support. That's all I get. But the truth is, 9 times out of 10, the guy's paying the medical insurance also. So, nowadays, that can go from a few $100s a month to like $800 a month, $800 a month. So imagine you paying that and that, and the person's complaining, and it's a business transaction. And then you got those people who, like I saw a guy talk about this white guy on MTR's channel. He was like, sometimes you pay the medical insurance and the mother used the medical insurance to create extra bills out of just bitterness and pettiness. So you gotta keep an eye out for that type of stuff. You have to treat it like it's business, because after a while you're gonna find out you're not friends, you're not family, and there's gonna be some animosity. They might ask you, hey man, could you take the baby here, take the baby there, or buy the baby this, or buy the baby that? And you start seeing a separation of two ideologies, because one person runs their structure a certain way when it comes to the kid, and the other does it their way. And the issue becomes, okay, I don't want your way to infringe on my way. And money is the avenue to make you do what I want or not do what I want. But more so do what I want. Because if I'm getting this money, I could do what I want. Or some guys are like, yo, if you're gonna do that, I ain't paying for that. I ain't paying for that, And then you have that issue, because you're supposed to have a trusting relationship, but you don't, because of, and I'm gonna say it this way. Sometimes there's pettiness and bitterness because you're actually handling business correctly. Like sometimes as a young man or a man or father, whatever, when you're doing things the right way, there's really nothing a person could say, but they're going to create some drama in hopes that you get off of doing things the quote unquote right way, because you come to agreements, you stick to the agreements. You're gonna come to find out, child support is a business, but it's a business where people don't necessarily have to stick to the agreement, especially mothers. They can agree to something one day and change their mind the next day, and there's no consequence. So this ain't a business this is kind of a business where the customer's always right, but the customer's the mother. But you got to be flexible enough to go, okay, I got to dot, my T's and dot my T's. Yeah, dot my I's, cross my T's and dot my I's. Because if I don't, I'm going to wind up in a bad spot. I'm going to leave it at that, man, because I got things to do. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had.